Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In previous video, we have seen that how to create this update user form, how to backend code for this. So if you haven't watched that video, then just go to description and check out the link. We have done all of these stuff like search, update and clear also. So make sure to watch this. In this video, we are going to see how to create this delete user and how to backend code for it. So let me quickly close this and let's move back to the code. So over here, first thing what we are going to do is we are going to create a new form. So right click on this, click on new and select JFrame form. Over here, I'm going to give it a name that is delete user and hit enter. This will create a new form. For this one, I'm going to give it a size. So right click on this, go to properties, go to code, and over here, I'm going to give it a size of 1087 and this one will be 4. You can change the size as per your choice and hit enter. Let me quickly copy this one. Another thing, whenever this form opens, then we have to open that into the center. For that, we have to select generated center and check this one. Now go to properties and over here, we will set the maximum and minimum size. Same, it will be pasted and hit enter. After this, we will select undecorated. This one is by default false, so check it. So what will happen is whenever you check it, whenever this form opens, there will be default close, maximize and minimize button has been removed. Okay, let me quickly close it and save it. Next thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to update user, and from here I'm going to copy these two stuff. That is one button and another one is label. I'm going to come over here, paste it, put it in the center. After this, move this button to the right. I'm going to change the text for this one. So right click on this, edit text. This is delete user. Hit enter. After this, I'm going to need one table and also the search box. So let me quickly click on this and search for JTable. This one table we have. Drag and drop it over here. Make it a little bit smaller like this one. Stretch it to till the end as per your requirement. After this, I need another, that is one label and one text field. Drag and drop it. That is for search. So let me quickly move this one a little bit upside, this one on the right end, and I will make it larger. Edit this label to search. Hit enter. Move this one a little bit upside. Why? Because I'm going to increase the font size for this one. So right click on this, click on properties and go to properties. And over here, select this one to 14. Click on OK. And this one also, close this one. Right click on this, go to properties and go to properties. Change this one to 14. Click on OK. So that it should be clearly visible. After this, what I'm going to do is right click on this, change variable name to txt search and right click on this, edit text and clear this field. After this, we have to make the modification into this particular table. So right click on this, table content, go to columns, go to rows and delete all the 4 empty rows. After this, go to columns and here I'm going to add, by default we have 4, but we are going to add few more. So let me edit the first one. So first one is ID. Second one is name. Third one is gender. Fourth one is email. Insert once again. Fifth one is contact. We'll add more. After contact, we have address. After address, we have state. After state, we have country. After country, we have registration ID. After registration ID, we have image name. And close it. And here you can see this, now the table has been modified. After this, what we have to do is we have to connect this one with the dashboard. So move back to the dashboard and over here go to design, double click on the delete user button. Here you can see this btn delete user action perform has been created. Over here we have to call the utility method which we have created in the previous video. So bd utility, and this one is open form. In this we have to pass the name. So how it will get the name of that form? So delete user dot class dot get simply name, and in this one we have to create a new object of that one. So new delete user. Now save it. Now let's test this one. So run the file and click on this one, and here you can see this, we have this delete user. So if I click on this, this will work. Why? Because we have copied the form, so all the code also related to this one is copied. So here you can see this one is working, but we haven't fetched the or set the image in the background of this one. And another thing is border is also not set, so we will do that quickly. So let's quickly close this one, go to delete user, and if I double click on this, you can see this code has been written over here, this dot dispose. Okay, so next thing what we have to do is we have to go to this delete user constructor. Over here we have to first set the background image. So for that, again we have written one utility method, that is bd utility dot set image, and in this one we have to pass current form. Current JFrame form is this. After this we have to pass the image path. So images slash abc1.jpg. You can set any image of your choice. Next thing, I have to set the width and height. So 1087 is the width and 491 is the height. Now save it. Now try to run the file. And here you can see this. Now the image is set. Next thing what you have to do is we have to set the border for this one. So close it, move back over here, and we have to get the form. So this dot get root pane dot set border, and this one we have to pass the border object. So from where we will get the border object? From the border factory. So border factory dot create matty border, and to this one we will pass the width from each side. So I'm going to set 4, 4, 4. And after this we will set the color. So color is black. Alt Shift F to format, save it. Now retest this one. Right click on this, run the file. And here you can see this, we have the border also. So the task for this one is done. Next thing what we have to do is, whenever this form components loads, then we have to fetch all the user and show into this particular table. For that, what we have to do is right click on this empty space, go to events and select the component, and this one you have to select component show. When you click on this, one form will open like this, form component show, one method will be generated. But inside this one, I'm not going to directly write anything. Why? Because I'm going to write a separate method to fetch the data from the database, and that method I'm going to call from here. So make some space. Again, here we will go with the private void fetch user, and this one we will also accept string search text, and this throws headless exception. This exception doesn't need to be handled whenever some user or particular method is calling this one. So that's why we use this headless exception. So over here, first thing what we will get is from this table, move back over here, right click on this, change variable name, and this is jtable1. So I'm going to change this name for this one to user table and hit OK. Go to source. Over here, for what we will do is into this fetch user, we will get the user table dot get model. This will return a model, but we have to typecast that particular model into the default table model format. So we will create a default table model. Model is equal to, in the bracket we will typecast it. Move over here, click on this, add import for javax.swing.table.default table model. Okay. Okay, so it's showing an error. Variable model is never true. So we will write code further and we will see. Okay, next thing, whenever something is searched, in that case, we have to set the existing, like we have to remove the existing one, whatever in the data. So we will set model.set row count to 0. So here you can see this, now the error is gone. Why error is gone? Because we are now using this particular model object. If I comment this one again, we will get the error. Okay. It's behaving different. Okay. So that exception was being thrown earlier. After this, what we are going to do is we are going to use a try and catch block to write our risky code. Exception ex. If anything goes wrong, I will simply show to the user JFrame. JOption pane dot show message dialog, and to this one null exception we are throwing. Now save it. Inside this one, first thing what we have to do is we have to get the connection object. So connection con is equal to connection provider dot get con and save it. Hover over this one, so it always shows the wrong package. So import java.mysql.star. Okay, let me quickly copy it from here. Java.sql.star. Save it and now move back over here. And now you can see this, now the error is gone. Next thing what we have to do is we have to create a statement object. So statement is equal to on.create statement. Save it. After this, we will get the string query is equal to null, and if objects is null dot is null, in this one we will pass the search text. So if this is the null, in that case the query will be different. What will be that? We have to fetch all the data. So select star from user details and save it. If this is not the case, then what we will do is we will select star from user details where name like single quotes, double quotes, 2+ symbol and then search text. Or we are also going to compare with the email. So email like single, double, plus, double, single. Into this one again we will type search text and we'll close this one. Alt Shift F to format it. After this, what we will do is we will simply call statement dot execute query. In this one we will pass the query. Save it, and this is going to return a result set. So we will accept that particular one in the result set is equal to like this one. After this, we will iterate from each one by one for the each row, and we will set that into the table. So while result set dot next, it means that it has next element. In that case, what we have to do is we will create a model dot add row. Let me scroll a little bit. Inside this one, we will clear this and we will create a new object array and we will add this. And inside this one, result set dot get string. To this one, we will pass first ID, comma. So let me quickly copy this one and paste it multiple times. Alt Shift F to format. Move this one to the next line and this one also to the next line. So first one is ID, next one is name. After this we have gender. After this we have email. After this we have contact. After this we have address. After this we have state. After this we have country. After this we have unique registration ID. After this we have image name. So make sure these names are same from the database table name. So now we will right click this, run file, and we will see if data is being loaded into the table or not. So in this one we can see that no data has been loaded. So let's quickly test it. What is the issue? Minimize this one. User details. Okay, this method we haven't called itself on the form component show. So let me quickly copy this one, paste it over here, and to this one we will pass the null, because initially we have to fetch and load all the data. So when we pass null over here, it will be called with a null, and here we will check objects is null, then this query will be executed and everything from the table will be fetched and will be shown over there. So right click on this and run the file. And now here you can see this, we got the data. All the 4 records has been loaded over here. Now this one is not working. So we will start working this one. So close this, move back over here, click on this one, right click on this, go to events, and to this one we have to go into key released. And over here what we will do is we will simply call fetch user, and into this one we will pass txt search dot get text. Save it. Now we will test for this one also. So I have run the application. Over here I am going to search for test. Test 1. Okay, this one is not working as expected. What I will do is move back over here, dot to string. Save it. Now run the application. Okay, basically whenever this one is empty, it should load the data. So what we will do is we will move back to this one, and what we will do over here is we will get string search text is equal to like this one, and we will check if objects dot is null. Into this one search text we will pass it. In that case, we will pass null over here. It's null, or search text dot is empty. Save it. If this is not the case, then we will load by the search text. Right, we will copy this one and paste it over here. Now we'll run and we'll test it. So test, delete this one, and here you can see this. Now everything is loaded. We will check with test at the rate. Okay, so this one is not searching on the basis of email ID. So we will check this one. Okay, so we have missed the % symbol on both the places. That's why it's behaving inappropriate. So we have to add the % symbol over here, and over here, as well as over here. So in like operator, whenever the string will match, then only it's searching the text, because we have missed the % symbol over here. Right click on this, run the file, and move back over here, and now search for test. If I see test space, then only 1 is coming. If I go for test 5, then you can see now the like operator is working as expected, right? So this one is working as expected now. Next thing what we have is, whenever, this is for the delete one, right? So whenever I run a file, and if I want to delete something, then whenever I click on one particular row, so then in that case we will get a pop-up that this user, all images and everything will be deleted. So how we'll get that? Before we dive into that, we have to write another method which will basically help us to delete the files from a specific path. So I'm going to write it, scroll below the fetch user, and over here I'm going to write the method. So private void delete file, and inside this one we will except string file path, because there are two different paths. One is to delete the QR code related to that particular user and also the image. So file to delete is equal to new file. To this one we will accept file path. Save it. Move back over here and enter import java.io.file. After this, what we have to do is we have to check if file exists or not. So file to delete dot exist. If this is not the case, then we will simply print that in the console, that file doesn't exist, so that we can get to know. After this, we have if file exists, then what we will do is file to delete dot, we will call simply delete. If this is success, it will return true or false. So if this one is success, then again I will print file deleted successfully. If again it returns false, then we will print else file failed to delete the file. Save it. Next thing, now our method is ready. Next thing what we have to do is we have to go into this user table and we have to generate an event. So go to events and go to mouse, and here we have mouse clicked event. So click on this one, and here we got the user table mouse clicked event. Let me delete this particular one, and we will put the try and catch block, exception EX. Okay, in the catch, we will write the logic for that one, that is J option pane dot show message. Show message dialog. First one is null. Second one is something went wrong dot, and we will also give the header of this form. So that is error, and we will show the error symbol. So J option pane dot error message. Alt Shift F to format and save it. Inside this one, first thing what we will do is we will create the dialog message. So int dialog result is equal to, we will create a J option pane dot show confirmation pop-up. So show confirm dialog into this. First thing is null. Second thing is we have to show to the user the message you have seen in the quick overview is the star user details /n, that is for next line. Then again star images /n star QR codes /n star attendance /n associated with this user will be deleted. ./n. And after this, are you sure you want to proceed? Question mark at the end. After this one, we will give a confirmation header, comma, J option pane dot yes no option. Now Alt Shift F to format it and save it. Now quickly check this by running the application. So run file, and here if I click on this, here you can see this, we got this pop-up. So user detail, images, QR codes, attendance associated with this user will be deleted. Are you sure you want to proceed? If I click on no, it will return 0, and if it is yes and no option will be there. So let's quickly test this. What will be the output? So sysout, and we will try to print the dialog result. Now run this file and let's test it. Whenever I click on no, here you can see this 1 is returned. If I click on yes, 0 is returned. Okay. So let's quickly delete this one. So we have to compare it. So if dialog result is equal to, in JOption pane, we have option to compare it with this one. JOption pane dot yes option is selected. It means that 0 is returned in the dialog result. In that case, we have to perform the operation. Else, we want to show the message that deletion operation is cancelled. So JOption pane dot show message dialog into this one. It is null. After this, we will show the message that is deletion cancelled. Save it. After this, we give the confirmation. And after this, we will show JOption pane dot information message. That is the logo. Save it. Now we dive into this if block. If we will get the user selected row first. So int index is equal to user table dot get selected row. From that selected row, we will try to get the different things, whichever things are required. Okay, we will try to get the email. So table model is equal to user table dot get model. Save it. Move back over here. Alt and enter. Import Java X swing table dot table model. After this, what we will do is we will try to extract the email. So string email is equal to from model dot get value at, and to this one we have to pass the index, that row index. After that, which in that particular row, which column you want to fetch. So if I go to design, so 0, 1, 2, and third column is email. So we will set 3 over here and convert this one to string and save it. Now we got the email. Next thing what we have to do is we have to prepare the image path. So string image path is equal to bd utility dot get path. Again, bd utility get path method has been created in the previous video, so I hope you have followed that. Into this one, the first thing we will pass is images / images. After this, we will pass .file .separator. After this, we have to pass the email, and as every image is of type JPEG, so plus .jpg, and this one is of a string type, so .jpg, and close it. Alt Shift F to format. And after this, what we will do is we will simply call delete file method, which we have written right now. After this, we will pass this path. Now this one is deleting the profile image. Next thing what we have to delete is we have to also delete the QR codes. So image path is equal to bd utility dot get path, and into this one we have to pass the another thing, that is / QR codes plus file dot separator plus email plus dot JPG. Now save it. Again, we have to call delete files, and into this one again I'm going to pass the image path. So now the particular image related to that profile image will be deleted and the QR codes will be deleted. After this, what we will do is we will call string, and we are going to, after this we will get the connection object. Once image and QR code has been deleted, next thing I'm going to delete the user all attendance as well as user profile itself. So move back over here. First we will get the connection. Connection is equal to connection provider dot get connection, and save it. Next thing what we have to do is we have to prepare the query. So string, this one is attendance delete query, and this query is basically to delete both stuff. That is, first one is attendance as well as user details. So we will use this by using the join. So there will be a left join. Why left join? Suppose one user is registered, but he never made an attendance. So in that case, if you put an inner join, so it made compulsory that particular user needs to have some attendance in order to delete that particular user. So we don't want to give such type of restriction. So what we will do is we will use left join. So if user doesn't have any attendance, still we will be able to delete that user. Okay. So over here we will type delete user attendance comma user details from user details left join user attendance on user attendance dot user ID is equal to user details dot ID, where user details dot email is equal to question mark. Alt Shift F to format it, save it. Move back over here, we will create the prepared statement. So prepared statement is equal to connection dot prepare statement into this one. We will pass the attendance deletion query. Save it. Next thing what we will do is we will set prepared statement dot set string into this one. The index is 1 and we have to set the email for the where condition. Now save it. Next thing what we will do is we will simply call prepare statement dot execute update. Save it. After this one is done, we will reload the table. So in that case, fetch user and we will pass the null. So it will load all the remaining users. And next thing, we will go over here. We will simply show the message JOption pane dot show message dialog. Into this one, first thing is null. After this, we have to show the message that is user deleted successfully. And this is again a confirmation. After this, we have JOption pane dot information message. That will be the icon for that one. So now the task for this one is done. So let's quickly test this one. So if I move back over here, go to dashboard, right click on this, run the file. If I go to delete user, and if I click on this, here we got the confirmation. If I click on no, deletion, cancel, we got the pop-up. Next thing, let's go to this view user. If I go to this one, here you can see this, we have an image to this particular user, that is test5@millinator.com. So if I open the project, go to images, here you can see this, we have this image. So I'm going to try to delete this particular user and see this user image is also being deleted or also deleted from the profile itself. So let me open the Mysql so that we can see the okay. So let me quickly copy the database name. Show tables, select star from user details /g, and here you can see this, we have test5@millinator.com. So now I'm going to delete that particular user, and we also have the image associated to this one. So move back over here, delete user, select the fifth one, test5, click on yes, and here you can see this user deleted successfully. So if you observe, the table is reloaded and that particular row has been removed, and click on OK. If I go to this code, here you can see this, the images is empty. And if I go to the database as well, if I try to fetch once again, user details where ID is equal to 4 and hit enter, here you can see this, we got the empty set. It means that for the ID, Earlier we have for the ID 4, we have this test5@minidata.com. So this one has been removed. And if I go to output, you will see file deleted successfully. That is for the profile image. After that, we got file doesn't exist. It means that QR code related to that particular user doesn't exist. We also got the output. Right? So it means that we are able to delete the user as well, and everything is working as expected. So I hope you like this video. That's it for this video, guys. Please subscribe, like, and share with your friends. And thanks for watching. Just stay tuned for the next video.